So do you also want to automatically generate the content for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to use AI for automated content generation in Google Sheets. So like you, I also used to manually generate the content for my business, but this is such a time consuming and a tedious task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the content details into my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the content, which further I'm just going to add back again into my Google Sheets. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI and Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this video I'll show you how to harness the power of AI to automatically generate content right inside Google Sheets. So whether you're creating product descriptions, blog outlines, social media captions or email copy, this workflow uses AI to turn simple prompts into well-written usable content, saving you hours of manual writing. It is fast, it is scalable and perfect for marketers, creators and business owners. So let's dive in and transform your Google Sheet into a AI-powered content machine. So as you can see that I have already created this automation, and first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this automation. For that I'm just going to enter the topic right over here. Then I'm just going to enter the target audience, the tone and the keywords. And once I'm just going to enter all of these details, now my AI agent is automatically going to generate the headline, the intro and the social snippet. So as you can see that we have successfully generated all of these three details within seconds and in real time. So yes, this is no magic, this is the power of automation which we are just going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm simply going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And once I'm just going to click on this access, now it is going to open my dashboard, and to get started with the automation we simply have to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I have already created in which I save my workflows. So if you want to create a new folder, you can go to it says create new folder button and create your own. I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations, and now I'm just going to name my workflow as use AI for automated content generation in Google Sheets. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application which is Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it, and now for the trigger event I'm just going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row, and now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are just going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL and then I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. And now from here we have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then we have to go towards this get add-ons. And after coming over here towards this get add-ons, we have to add an extension in this spreadsheet which is Pabbly Connect webhook. So I'm just going to search for it and select it right over here. So as you can see that I have already installed this extension, and that is the reason that it is giving me the option of uninstall. But you can install this extension right from here, and after installing this extension you have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet, otherwise you'll not be able to get the option of this Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here. in your extensions tab. And after getting this option, we simply have to go towards this Pabbly Connect webhooks and then towards this initial setup. And now it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. And now it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So we are simply going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow over here in our webhook URL field. And now for the trigger column, I'm simply going to enter my trigger column, which is D. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So over here for me, the trigger column is D. For you, it can be anything else too. Alright, so now after entering the webhook URL and the trigger column, we are simply going to click on this button which says submit. And with this, we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now over here, you're going to see that in Pabbly Connect, it is saying waiting for a webhook response. And in the notes, it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. We are just going to go towards this extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks. And over here, we are simply going to switch on this button, which is send on event. So it is a really important step to switch on this button, which is send on event, because upon switching on this button, what is going to happen is that now whenever a new event is going to occur in my spreadsheet, automatically the details will be sent towards my webhook URL. And now we are ready to do the test submission. So for that, I'm just going to enter the topic, the target audience, the tone and the keywords. And after entering all of these details, with this we have successfully completed our test submission. And now these details have been sent towards my webhook URL, which is towards my workflow. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for all of these details. And now with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now I'm just going to move on towards my action step. So for my action application, I'm simply going to select it as OpenAI. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT. And now I'm just going to click on this button which says connect. So I'm just going to click on this button, and now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. So I'm simply going to go towards my OpenAI API key page, and now from here we have to click on this green button which says create secret key. You have to give your key name, select the project, and click on this create secret key button. I've already created many keys, so I'm just going to enter that same key right over here. And after entering this key, I'm simply going to click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the AI model, so I'm simply going to select it as GPT-4. And now it is asking me to enter the prompt, so I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here. So yes, you can see that I have successfully entered my prompt, and I'm just going to map all of these details one by one. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So first, I'm just going to map the topic right over here. Then I'm just going to move on further. I'm just going to map the target audience right over here. I'm just going to look for the target audience and map it. And then I'm just going to map the tone right over here. I'm just going to move on further, and I'm just going to map the keywords. And after mapping all of these details, I'm just going to move on forward and click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see that the AI headline, the intro, and then the social snippet has been generated. And yes, now I'm just going to add these details into my Google Sheets. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as update row right over here. And I'm just going to click on this button which says connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in with Google, Pabbly is asking me to select my Gmail account, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Sheets. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account, and now Pabbly is asking me for some permission. So what I'm just going to do is I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And with this, we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the spreadsheet. So I'm simply going to select my spreadsheet, which is AI content generator. And now after selecting my spreadsheet, I'm just going to select my sheet and move on further. Now it is asking me for the row index. So I'm simply going to enter my row index. I'm just going to map it. Now after doing this, I'm just going to map these three details one by one and ignore the details which are already filled. Alright, so one by one, I'm just going to map all of these three details. First, I'm just going to map the headline, then I'm just going to move on forward, I'm just going to map the intro, and at last, I'm just going to map this social snippet. And after mapping all of these details, I'm simply going to click on this button which says save and send as request. And now you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully added all of these three details into our Google Sheets. So I'm just going to open my Google Sheets, and over here you can see the details have been added. And yes, with this, we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what is going to happen is, like I showed you in the starting of this video, whenever I'm just going to add these four details into my Google Sheets, automatically the headline, intro and social snippet will be generated, that too without any manual efforts. All of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. We just have to sit back and relax. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.